Welcome to the Cell Energy Center on Mallorca. My name is Pall. I'm a health analyst. Today I want to present you a solution for one of the biggest dangers of the civilization and health, which is electrosmoke. And electrosmoke, we know exactly from today's studies, is a accumulation of different radiations. It starts with the normal alternate current with 50-60 Hertz. Then we have radio frequencies, we have television frequencies, normal cable telephone frequencies. Then we have the mobile frequencies. Then we have the antennas from all over the place. Then we have radar. Then we have baby phones. We have assistants in the car for parking. We have e-mobility all over the place, and we have antennas more and more and more. In the past, when we had 4G, we had one post maybe every kilometer or even more. Now we have posts every 100 meters, and in addition we have the emission of 5G from the satellites put into space by Mr. Elon Musk. Now the problem is, this on the one hand side leads to advanced technologies, better communication, but this could have been achieved with other frequencies as well. The frequencies we use in 4G, 5G are the same like we use it in microwave oven to boil water. Or the origin of 4G, 5G is bioweapon technology. And the frequency which are used are also for Bluetooth and VLAN is 2.45 gigahertz. In the future they use up to 60 gigahertz. These are frequencies which are not known to the nature. They are not known to the nature. And as we are electromagnetic bodies, humans, organisms, and we understand electromagnetic waves and informations from the magnetic field from the Earth, from the Schumann resonance electromagnetic resonance frequency from the Earth, also called heartbeat of Mother Earth, which is used for recalibration every 30 seconds of our system through the pineal gland, the most important gland. Then we have the cosmic radiation, and then we have the sun radiation. And our system is a system that understands those informations, those energies, and can work with it. But it needs to amplify it. This is our system. We have antennas all over the body. We have antenna in the brain. We have antennas in the pineal gland. We have antenna in every single cell, because the DNA with the double helix is a fantastic antenna. Then we have our microbiome, the bacteria, have a ring DNA. It's a fantastic antenna. Then we have the mitochondria, which is our organelles in all the cells, which are our energy centers. They have also a ring DNA, fantastic antenna. And we have the water in our body. And water makes 99 out of 100 molecules. This is a fantastic antenna. So we get all the information, all the energies, can absorb and work with it. And as the system works, we amplify it. And here comes the problem. We amplify also frequencies which are not vital. And 4G, 5G are health damaging frequencies. There are thousands and thousands of studies. I give you a few reasons for that. It opens, for example, brain barrier and protects us that no toxic ingredients in the blood can enter into the brain and cause damages. This blood-brain barrier has to be opened by 4G, 5G, which is a disaster. So now we have the toxins have the possibility to get into the brain. And in addition, our chemical warriors from the immune system get into the brain as well. They shouldn't be there, because if they fight viruses, bacteria, and toxins, they cause collateral damages. And therefore, we have this blood-brain barrier to protect us. That's one thing. Another thing is, it changes the charges of amino acids. Amino acids are the elements from which we build proteins. And if the charges are changed by 4G, 5G, we build wrong proteins. And proteins are the key for life. Protein comes from the Greek word protos, which means the first. Without proteins, no life. And proteins we have 200,000 different proteins in our body, which are built by the ribosomes. And they're very, very complicated to build, very complicated. And then they have to be folded as well, and unfold to have an impact, to have an effect on our health. Now with 4G, 5G, first they are structured in the wrong way because the charges change at the ends from the amino acids. Then secondly, the foldings change. And the third thing is, all these proteins have communication skills, inside, outside, because the proteins have to communicate which protein has to be where and what to do in coordination with all other things in the cells. And this communication is based on longitudinal waves, very stable longitudinal waves. And these longitudinal waves will change in unstable waves. So the communication is disturbed. Another thing is the mitochondria is the most important organelles in our body. They produce all our energy inside our body. And they hate 4G, 5G. It kills their membrane voltage, and if the membrane voltage of the mitochondria are not good, we're talking about dysfunctional mitochondria. And this leads to early aging, cancer, diabetes, many, many things. Or the cell replacement is disturbed. Or the cell membranes are changed, because normally the cell membrane is called the brain of the cells. This is what Bruce Lipton says in his book Intelligent Cells. Because the cell membrane decides what kind of nutrition comes in, how much oxygen comes in, what kind of electromagnetic information comes into a cell. This is decided by the cell membrane. And the cell membrane has a healthy cell, has a voltage on the inside of the membrane of minus 70 millivolts. And if it goes down to 50 millivolts or less, no healing is possible, because the cells cannot replace itself anymore, and no healing of any chronic disease is possible. What happens with 4G, 5G? It reduces the voltage of the membrane, it changes the permeability of the membrane in all the cells. Then there's another thing, as we are water beings, let's say from the weight, 70% of the weight is water from a human body, but from the numbers, 99 out of 100 molecules are water molecules. And those water molecules has to have a certain structure, and we know since 1960 that it's ideal if you have hexagonal structures, which is like honeyworm structure in the water, and then this is the kind of the holy grail for health. So this structure you have to have in your body that the things go well. 4G, 5G destroys the structure, but not only in humans, but also in plants, also in animals. So it's kind of disastrous, and it also disturbs the circadian rhythm. It's the day-night rhythm, which is a fine-tuned system in the self-regulation in our body. There's a new book, was just published last year, from a professor for circadian neuroscience in Oxford. It's called Lifetime. And it describes in detail how important it is that the circadian rhythm means regenerative deep sleep, and all the rest and repair processes can be implemented in the night. How much problems you face when the circadian rhythm is disturbed. And it's absolutely obvious and proven by studies that it is as bad as jet lag if you travel through through different time zones. Every second day it's kind of, you have always jet lag, you have fatigue, you don't sleep well, and the whole system is in chaos. And if the system is in chaos, it's quite interesting. Your memory changes. In the night, you're thinking about the things that happened during the days and the challenges and everything. And sometimes in the night we find a solution. Next morning we wake up and have an argument or have an idea what to do. And normally we memorized most of the things. So learning is depending on good sleep and memory. And now there are studies saying if you don't have a good sleep and the circadian rhythm is in chaos, then you don't memorize the good things, the good emotions, but the bad things. So it's getting worse and worse and worse. So if, for example, you have an enterprise and you have a hotel, what is most important? Okay, a good breakfast, but good sleep for the people. Well, then they will memorize the positive things. If they don't sleep well, they memorize the bad things. So for customer satisfaction, we have to take care of them, give them good sleep. But it's important for everybody. It's important for kids, it's important for adults, it's important for animals. Good sleep, regenerative deep sleep, is one of the most important biological rhythms in the nature. And the nature made a good job there because during the day you have a lot of activities and you age. And if the night is all right, you rejuvenate in the night. But what happens if you don't rejuvenate in the night and age again? This accelerates pre-aging. So what to do? You need to fix the problem. Maybe you have to adapt the lifestyle a little bit more. For example, it's no good if you look television before you go to bed. Have exposed to blue lights, because blue lights tell your body, okay, there is now activity required because it looks like morning. And all the systems are switched to activity. Then you need an hour or an hour and a half to down-regulate your body in the system for regenerative deep sleep. And there's one frequency, it's the most important frequency for the reset. It's called the primary Schumann frequency. This is the 7.83 heart frequency. This is the electromagnetic resonance frequency from this planet, from the Earth. It's also called heartbeat of Mother Earth. So this is a very important frequency to get a reset. Barefoot walking could give you a reset as well if you're exposed to the morning sun or the evening sun. So a very good trick if you're traveling beyond several time zones. Go out in the morning or in the evening on barefoot, then you get a reset on the location where you are. That's what I've always done when I went to New York or some other places. I know that for a long time. But now we have much more science behind. There are certain rhythms, they have fine-tuned and orchestrated. I'll show you this. So, what does it say? If you have a good regular sleep, melatonin highest production is from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. The human growth hormone, most important for rejuvenation, maximum production between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Body core temperature, lowest temperature is about 3 a.m. Then it goes up. Cortisol, which is fighting infections or could also cause infections. Highest production is 6 a.m. Testosterone, highest production also 6 a.m. Multiplication accuracy, which means transcription from the DNA into proteins, the information. There's the best accuracy, 10 a.m. in the morning. So it's fine-tuned all over the place. And if we come disturbed, we disturb this fantastic system. And the consequences are extreme. The consequences go from emotional responses, more anxiety, loss of empathy, frustration, so on. Then cognitive responses are ability to multitasking is reduced, memory consolidation, attention, concentration, communication, decision making, productivity. Then we have chronic impact on physiology and health. Micro sleeps, daytime sleepiness, fatigue, cancer, metabolic abnormalities, type 2 diabetes, depression, and so on and so on. This is all proven, caused by, they call it sleep circadian disruption. And what we need to do, we need to protect us. So adapt your lifestyle a little bit. You shouldn't eat too late. But one thing is key, get rid of all your radiations, 4G, 5G. Because it's actually a killer. And there are studies saying that we have certain permitted limits, legal permitted limits for the radiation. And studies say the factor, the limit values are too high by a factor of 26,700 to not be unhealthy. 26,700. And there's a professor from the US. He was the first to elaborate and on the disadvantages of 4G, 5G. And he made a lot of studies, Dr. Martin Pall. Then he found also that it causes the most dangerous free radicals in our body. And he called it nitrosative stress. So the free radicals are built in the body and they destroy the self-regulation processes within the cell. Dr. Martin Pall. And he said, from his perspective, it was maybe the worst idea of human beings in history to have implemented 5G with this kind of calibration of frequencies. And as said, we are exposed to that radiation in the meantime 24 hours, 7 days a week, 360 days a year. And therefore you need a protection, and you need primarily a protection in your sleeping area. You have to be protected, otherwise you will, implement what the World Health Organization says for a long time, that in the future every second person will get cancer, every second person beyond 70 will have Alzheimer's, dementia, or Parkinson, every third person will have diabetes. In Germany, for example, already 38% of all people need psychopharmaka. And this accumulates, and today there are statistics also saying only 4% of the people age in a healthy way. All others face chronic diseases. And the cases of cancer are, for example, exploding also in younger people. And leukemia with kids, diabetes 1 with kids. We've never had that. One of the key reasons is 4G, 5G. They could have done it with different calibration of frequencies as well. But they couldn't care less, and politics couldn't care less. Therefore, we have to take responsibility for our own health and protect us. And we have just launched a technology which is based on, like many things, on the science of Nikola Tesla. This is the device. It's called Tesla Balance. And you just plug it into electricity and it works. So it's also to go. You can go with it to the office, you can go to the kindergarten, you can go anywhere. And by the way, the most people at risk are babies, pregnant ladies, kids in school. And already we have a discussion in Switzerland and the UK that digital learning should be forbidden because it makes normal brain development impossible. So we face brain damages in all the kids which are exposed to digital learning. Actual discussions on a higher political level in the UK and in Switzerland, and there's a reason for that. So what we do with that, if we put it in, and we have diagrams we can implement, the diagrams show we are exposed to all the different frequencies, radiation, electromagnetic waves coming from alternate current, radio, television, normal telephone, 4G, 5G, all the antennas, radar, everything, we're exposed to it. And they come like this, and we have different colors in the diagrams, they relate to the different frequencies, the origin of the different frequencies. When they come to the body is an enormous amplifier for these for the strength of these waves. So it comes like this, and then it goes like this. This is now in the body. And when we plug the Tesla balance in, it's a zero line. So all the damaging impact is neutralized. It's unbelievable, but it's the case. Fantastic, and it's based on the old technologies and inventions from Tesla. And there, in this device, there are different frequencies used. The basic frequency, the carrier frequency, is a scalar wave, which is an immaterial wave, which is important because with this immaterial wave, we can also transport pure electric energies, frequencies, which is done here as well. You see it lights. So there's the scalar wave with 150 megahertz. 150 megahertz is called the source code, emitted by the sun in the galactic center, and it's also used for repair of DNA. The second frequency which is in here is the primary Schumann resonance frequency, which is the most important biological frequency for all living organisms. The third frequency is the own frequency of crystal clear spring water. They are called the native frequencies. And there are a lot of other frequencies as well, like minus 70 millivolts signals and other healthy frequencies, and they give you a reset in the room, in the energy, and they neutralize the damages of 4G, 5G. And they give you a reset in the circadian rhythm so that you have a good sleep, because the 7.83 hertz is exactly the resonance frequency of the pineal gland, and the pineal gland is the master gland for doing all the jobs and orchestra all the jobs in a fine-tuning way. You can buy this device on the link, which will show at the end of the video, and you can buy it also with a discount, which is important. I personally believe it's a must-have. There are other technologies out there as well. They might be good, but this is the only technology that can prove with measurements on the body of humans that it neutralizes the damages. It's a fantastic thing. I say it's a must-have, because we need to protect ourselves. The health organizations will not do it. Health organizations will not do it. The only thing the World Health Organization did so far was that there's a great chance that 4G, 5G has the potential to cause cancer. We know exactly it causes cancer, brain tumors, everything. Leukemia with kids. It does the job, and therefore you need to be protected. And many people face also the problem with blood clots. So they get clusters, then the microcirculation for the cells, the nutrition supply and the oxygen supply is blocked. There are so many things, this is unbelievable. Or you have systems called vegetative system. That we have the sympathicus and the parasympathicus system. The sympathicus system is easy to memorize. It's fun to accelerate the car, so it's activity. So sympathicus is in charge of activities during the day, and then we have the rest and repair program is the parasympathicus. And this is now nowadays in disbalance. We are always in the sympathicus, and the rest and repair mode is deactivated. This has also to do with 4G, 5G, because we understand, or let's say we receive the 4G, 5G signals, but they are not known to us, so we cannot decode what it's saying. And there's a potential it's dangerous. So the cells, given information to the brain, say there's something strange here. Maybe we should be careful. Then it automatically switches in the fight or flight mode, which is the mode to be prepared. Maybe we have to fight, we have to run away, whatever. And if you're in that mode, there's no importance for the immune system, for metabolism, for digestion, for self-repair. Nothing. It's not important now. It's important is only to be prepared. And most of the time these days, also caused by 4G, 5G, we're in that wrong mode, or too long in that mode. And therefore, we can measure that. It's called heart rate variability. We can measure that today, how much it is improved if you're in the right mode and get a rebalance in the systems, that the parasympathicus is activated much more. I hope you got the message. It's so important to care for your own health, for the health of your family, of your friends, and you have to be protected against 4G, 5G. This is actually a crime. Implementation of 4G, 5G. And one thing, it also destroys the vital structures of water, but not only in the body of us, not only in the plants, not only in the animals. The 4G, or especially the 5G emissions from the satellites, destroy the structure already in the water, in the sky, in the clouds. It's also a technology that should be forbidden. So if you watch the rain, what's coming down? Already unhealthy structured water. That's the truth. But no politician talks about it, and they couldn't care less. Therefore, protection is extremely needed, that we keep the healthy structures, and hexagonal structures in the cell environment are key for health, key for energy, key for, and water structures are involved in 98% of all the metabolism processes. So you cannot really judge the importance of good quality in our body of water. Without a good structured water in our body, there is no health. It's as simple as that. And we have protections and solutions also to have hexagonal structured water. Also with small devices, we have a system which is a to-go system, Tesla to-go system, that gives you protection when you're outside. But you need to do something. You have to care about you, your family, your friends, and a healthy future. Thank you very much for your attention, and you will see the diagrams, and we have some reference to books and the links where you can actually buy with discount. But if you're interested to distribute this to more people, you can also be registered or free of charge to become a recommender for other people, and you profit from that, of course. Maybe you're refinancing the first system. It's not so expensive compared to the benefit you have of it. Let me end with a big wish. We need to get together, stand together, to have an impact on a healthier life for everybody. This is one of the solutions. We need many solutions these days because we have many challenges these days. But this is one solution. Let's get together, let's build a community. It's really needed. Thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you all the best and good luck.